Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller. Today's going to be a different type of video series. This one is entitled The Good Doctor. The reason I call it that, well, you'll see as you follow along with the story. It's about a type of a doctor, more like a home health caregiver, but he did have some type of doctoring skills. And a fictitious man named Max. And also, there'll be a couple other fictitious people in the story. But mostly it's about Max and his doctor and his relationship with this doctor. And something unique about this doctor is this doctor was very controlling and very narcissistic, as you'll find out from the story I'm about to tell you. This is a made-up story, but I think it will depict exactly how a narcissist might operate in this type of situation. So let's begin. Max is a successful dancer at the height of his career. But unfortunately there was a death in the family. It was a very close relative. And Max reacted to this death, as so many people do, by drinking, doing drugs, doing things that were not healthy with his body. And this unfortunately affected his life and his career. In fact, he got so messed up that it was causing everything to just pretty much fall apart around him. His family and friends were very, very concerned. So they decided that he needed some outside help, and they brought in a specialist. Basically somebody that had a type of a therapy that helped people whose lives were in ruins. So enter the scene Dr. O. He is our specialist. He was brought into the situation to help Max get sober and regain his health and hopefully his career as well. Dr. O had some expertise in dancing, which is what Max's career was in, so he would be the perfect fit for such a job. However, Dr. O had some very unconventional methods to achieve this situation with Max. I'm going to be listing some characteristics of narcissism throughout this series. Sometimes this can just be a controlling person, but for our sake, since this is a channel that deals with narcissistic personality disorder, I will limit it pretty much to the narcissistic traits from the DSM-5. I'm not using all the traits, just a few, and you'll see they're kind of speckled throughout the story. I'll kind of flip back and forth. Hopefully I don't lose you. If I do, feel free to ask questions below. Perhaps this story will feel or seem close to something that you've heard or may have even experienced. I've changed all the names and the situations, as I said earlier, to protect the privacy of the people involved. Even though it's a made-up story, it could sound similar to something that could be actual. So let's pick up on this story. Dr. O is now Max's full-time caregiver. And he was so good at what he did in helping Max, the family decided to move him in with him. So Dr. O is now living with Max. And the family couldn't be happier with the progress that Max has made. He's just about off the drugs. He's taking an interest in his dance routines and his friends again. He seems to be doing really well. Now, unfortunately, a narcissist and many controllers have a grandiose sense of self-importance, and they gain this through such situations. Let me explain. Dr. O was successful, as I said, helping Max lose weight, break free from the addictions of the drugs, and get back to his career and his social life. In fact, Dr. O even arranged public engagements for Max so that his fans of dance could meet him and get autographs, because Max was a rather well-known dancer. Narcissists can be very successful. They can seem like really good citizens and friends. They can seem like great doctors and great experts. It is not uncommon for a narcissist to be prim and proper, know how to handle themselves in almost every situation, be polite in public, successful, charming, able to adapt and mold even in a marriage or a family or in groups, jobs, politics, education, and legal situations. Even though the narcissist is not interpersonally strong, or comfortable with true intimacy and love. Nor does the narcissist have another person's best interests at heart, ever. Stay tuned.